Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take It from the Iron Woman, we only have special guest, and today we go to Dominique. Dominique is the CEO of Group Coaching HQ. She has built group coaching programs for Fortune 500 companies and has trained over 300 coaches in the art of group coaching. I was at the webinar where she was talking about group coaching, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I looked at her LinkedIn, and there it says she is also an adventurer. This was intriguing to me. So she's not only an adventurer, but she is a surfer, and she says, and she lives a peaceful life in Brooklyn, New York. So we want to unpack that a little bit. Dominique, welcome. Tell us a little bit about your peaceful life and the coaching, and what are the adventures that you have gone through in your life so far?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'll start with the adventures because that's what led to the peaceful life. And when I say I'm an adventurer, it's because I am very open to risk taking and I have listened to my heart most of my life. And so if something felt right, I would go for it. And I've moved around a lot. I left my home country of France when I was 18 years old, moved to the UK by myself, became a teacher there, and then decided I wanted to live somewhere else, moved to Barcelona, lived there for 2 years as a teacher. And then I got a job in Asia working in a wonderful international school, which opened up a whole new world of adventures for me. I was able to travel so much for a little girl coming from the south of France with nothing. It was just so eye-opening. And so from there, 8 years in Asia, in the Philippines, in Bali, in Hong Kong, and then finally moving to the United States. And from here, working at a school for 4 years. And then the next big adventure was to decide to completely shift from being an educator to being a coach, and then coming back to being an educator in the coaching space. So a lot of different adventures.
Thank you for sharing. And it almost seems once you're an educator, you're always an educator at heart. And traveling throughout the world makes it even more colorful when you can learn from Europe, Asia, and now the US. What
I agree.
changes have you seen and what highlights have you had in all those years?
Where to even begin? I mentioned this is what led me to the peaceful life in Brooklyn. It's that starting at 18 and leaving home at 18 means that I wasn't an adult yet. And so every place that I've lived has seen a different me almost and has helped me build a different part of myself. So a lot of people will ask, well, what was your favorite one? And honestly, there is no favorite one. Every single place was so different and helped me to become a different person, all the way to in New York and being able to find peace because I feel so at home here. The changes I've seen myself go from being a child and being a party goer in Barcelona to starting to surf at 28 and really being almost a beach bum, although I was working, but spending so much time at the beach when I was in Asia, and then really stepping into leadership at the school where I worked in Hong Kong, although in Manila too, but really feeling, okay, I'm starting to settle as a leader and really honing on these skills when I moved to the US. So I feel like every place has helped me truly grow into the leader I am today and allowed me to build what I'm building today.
Each country is another step, another
Yes.
building block to
Yeah.
where you have gone. And obviously, surfing sounds very cool. I tried it once. I fell very badly. It still hurts when about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
It's okay. It's a learning, I would say, a learning in leadership.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your surfing. So maybe I get intrigued and I will try again.
I will use the word addicted is the correct word to surfing the minute I tried it. I remember going to a school. I was on vacation in Australia and I tried surfing at a surf school, and the feeling that I got when I was able to stand on a wave and ride it, even though it was going straight and it was a tiny wave, it changed everything for me. Nothing else existed. And trying to recreate that feeling, trying to really hone that skill of, hey, being okay in the ocean where there are 2 meter waves and you have no idea how you're going to come out of it. It really, the better I was getting, the harder the waves I was surfing. And it created moments where there was nothing else that mattered. I felt, and I still do, I surf a lot less these days, unfortunately, but I still do. I feel that when I'm in the water, nothing matters. There's only you and the water and the waves. And it's not only a meditation, it's a challenge. It's pushing myself towards something that I never thought I would be able to do. Even today, because I don't surf as much, I get so scared in bigger waves, which I didn't used to. And so it's yet another challenge, relearning and re-putting myself in these situations. And I feel that the metaphor of surfing for life is real, and it's one that exists for a reason. This idea of being able to just say, hey, let's see where this wave is going to take me. Let's see how far I can ride it. Let's see how far I can push myself. And at some point, the ocean is going to put you down and you're going to come out covered in cuts and bruises, and your board is going to be broken. It's going to take a minute to get back on your feet, but you're going to get back out there. That's what often life is about. So that metaphor exists for a reason.
Yeah, certainly. I'm intrigued and I'm watching all those videos with the surfers and those huge waves. It's fascinating. But then when you see those waves, when they're so high, it's admiring what you have done and you can still do it just at less risk, maybe.
That's right. It's just every other skill and every level of comfort with risk is how much do we do it? How often do we practice something? And whether it's a physical challenge or a mental challenge, it's exactly the same thing. The more we do it, the less risk we feel or the more comfortable we feel with it.
Thank you for saying that. I always say with my initiative Get Fit in 2026, it's about the mental fitness, but also the physical fitness that gets you further. And it's about the training and showing up. We have good days and bad days. And we also concluded that we have the running in common. So half marathons or other races. But you said the training takes up so much time. So tell us a little more about that.
Training for a race at the moment for a Brooklyn half. And my last half marathon, I was very disappointed with my time. And so for this one, I am doing a new training plan that I've never done before, and it is kicking my butt. But I love it. I love it. It's one of those things that, as we said, it's a commitment. Do I show up or do I not show up? You have good days, you have bad days. And I was sick a couple of weeks ago. I had a terrible day with age and all the things we accept that, hey, a little bit of grace goes a long way as well. And it's okay. And this week I'm fully back into it and absolutely loving this challenge and this commitment. And I look at my trainings, my plan, and I'm like, oh, I have to run like a 3 mile tempo run at 8:30 a mile. And I know it's the Tuesday, 7 a.m. and then I have a really long day. But at the end of the day, the feeling, it's, I wouldn't say it's like surfing, but it's close enough to surfing that I feel just so accomplished. I feel like I've really pushed myself. I've challenged a part of me that I sometimes didn't know existed. And when I actually do it and I finish that training, that exercise, I just feel So good. I feel
Yeah,
so good about myself.
I know. Congratulations on following and follow through, right? There's a lot of people who are like, oh, I'll just train tomorrow and there's another tomorrow. But if you follow a good training plan, then when that day comes, the race is here, you're like, hey, I can show what I've worked for. That's the same in business. You train hard, you do the work, you do the grunt work, and then you can shine.
I agree. And I will say, we talked earlier about having a coach. So even though this running plan, it's so good because it uses AI to give you insights on your run
Mm.
and on your training. I do feel like I have a coach. I feel at the end of the race, it asks me, how is this workout? Thumb up, thumb down. And I'll give it a thumb up and then it will tell me, congratulations. And it notices the weather, for example. And as in New York, it's been very cold. And at 6 a.m., when you have to get out there, it's hard and it's dark and it's cold. And this running coach will say, congratulations on getting out there when it was so cold. And this is going to help you so much for your endurance. You're so right. It's the same in business, it's the same in running, it's the same in any challenge to have that support, even though this is from an AI, to have that support, to have someone, or in this case, something really be there to say, hey, well done, congratulations, keep going. Here are some little tweaks that you might be able to make. That counts for so much in achieving whatever it is we set out to achieve.
I agree with you. But it's also you're determined to do it and then you get the reward and good job. And I'm always amazed, like in sports, everybody's, yes, thank you, coach. Yes, I will do more. What about the business? And now we switch a little bit into the business. In the business, when we provide feedback as a coach, sometimes people get very quiet and you like see their skin color changes and like, oh, maybe they don't like the feedback. So tell us a little bit about your company, Group Coaching HQ.
We are solely focused on group coaching, and our main focus is training coaches to be able to do group coaching. We work with organizations, we work with a lot of internal coaches, and what you just shared is such an important piece, that feedback. We see people's face change and we see that it's uncomfortable and it's difficult. And the beautiful thing with coaching, and especially with group coaching, is that we create environments where, just like in sports coaching, people are there because they want the feedback, because they want to grow, they want to learn. And so while the color of their face might change and they might be quiet, I find that's often a magic moment, right? If we can create that space as a group or in a one-on-one coaching situation where someone gets that reaction, we're able to give them the space to process it so that they can actually integrate, take a breath, reflect. Then we are essentially changing their life. We are changing the way that they're seeing the world, their perception. And through my company, and both in training coaches and also in coaching groups, I find that people actually do that for each other. I'm no longer the only person doing that. It's amplifying this impact of creating those moments of recognition, those moments of insights, of learning, and addicted to that as well. Those
Creating
moments.
the
Yeah.
magic. I do mindfulness coaching, and there's usually a group of 3 people. And the first 2 sessions, I always feel like, yes, I need to get them going. And then afterwards, I basically can sit back and I can observe how the group takes it away. Obviously, you give a little input at the beginning. It's in a way easy and beautiful. I have to say, this is the word I want to use. Beautiful to see how magic is evolving, developing, and how the group is supporting each other. So there's huge potential in group coaching.
I totally agree. And you hit on something really important, is how is the group supporting each other? A lot of coaches, in fact, I know a lot of coaches that we train come in and they feel scared of the overwhelm of having to support so many people. And I always say, actually, if you're trying to support every single person here, you're going to burn out. That is not the point. The point is that most of the time when we create group coaching programs, people have a common context that they're coming for. It might be a challenge, it might be a life stage, it might be a stage in their leadership, but they have a common context. And so the questions that they might ask of each other or the reflections that they might give each other are often more relevant than what I have to offer as
Yes.
a coach because I'm not in that situation. That reframe, and I love what you shared, that reframe of the magic of group coaching is not me showing up as a coach for everyone, is me allowing everyone to show up as a coach for everyone else. That's the magic.
It's almost like letting go as a
Yes.
coach. I feel that others can do leading and letting that magic happen. I'm just there to create a safe space in a way and
Yep.
maybe hold the space for time. It's more like I'm more the tactical person and the observer, but not that the magic happens within the group.
It's definitely a shift in how we show up as a coach from a one-on-one situation where we're the one asking all the questions. We're the one who has to be always present. That letting go can be really difficult for a lot of coaches
Mhm.
because they question what is the value that I bring to this? If they're doing all the work, if they're asking all the questions, what's the value that I bring? And my answer is always co-creating the space. You are guiding the process of the group coaching. You're ensuring that everybody is staying or using a coach mindset versus telling each other what to do or giving advice. You're still asking powerful questions. We as coaches bring so much value. It's just a different way of looking at it.
Yeah, and I'm just intrigued by what your offerings are. And you have been in business since 2021 with this organization. What changes have you seen?
So many changes. The number one change is a lot of organizations are really catching on and interested in group coaching. When we started, most of the people we trained, so at first we only had the training piece of our organization. We now also do consulting. We help organizations to build internal group coaching programs. I'd say that the one of the bigger changes is when we started, most of our trainees, most of the coaches who would come to us were external coaches looking to build programs to create more impact in their practice, for example. Today, we see, I would say, 60 to 70% of our trainees are actually internal coaches. We're seeing ICF created a branch called ICF Coaching in Organizations, where they actually have members. They created a community, and the members of their community are organizations, large corporations, all sorts of sizes, who get together to think about coaching internally. And they're supporting companies to train coaches internally. So that's a huge shift. And that really happened about, I want to say 4 to 5 years ago. Companies are training people internally to become certified coaches. And then these coaches are now full-time internal coaches for some of them. I see a lot of internal coaches who also have a job on the side. They're not full-time in the organization. But now these coaches are getting trained in group coaching because they want to create more impact in the organization. That's a huge shift that I've seen is a lot of organizations are going from employing external coaches and bringing in external organizations and instead training internally and having internal coaches do the work. That's been huge.
The AI in today's world, how does that affect your group coaching? What is your thought on that?
Yeah, I actually think that AI is great. That AI coaching is great. I know it's not a wonderful statement to make from a coach. A lot of coaches don't like it, but it's happening and we have to get with the program because it's going to happen. One of the things that I've seen work really well is actually hybrid programs where AI is used for one-on-one coaching, everyday support. The AI might be trained with either specific coaching qualities where it asks questions, or it might be trained in the organization's culture, for example. And so the questions that it asks are geared towards the culture of the organization. A lot of one-on-one coaching where there's a lot of access. And then to counter that, to build connection, to ensure that people feel that they are engaged at work, that they are creating their peer support network or simply a network, especially younger leaders who are just starting, they need to have that connection with others. They're building group coaching programs to create that sense of connection, of sharing, of learning from each other, of perspective. I find that the two combined have worked really well. So I'm quite a fan of AI, and there's a lot of great stuff that's happening there.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, so we stop here on that high note with we're a fan. And it also seems you're using it for your running. The AI can help us. And if we say no to AI, we're losing out. So I'm with you. I'm excited for what's coming next. And good luck with everything. And first of all, also good luck with your half marathon.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me today.
Wow, I learned so much. What about you? It's learning with people and learning from people. And take it from the Iron Woman. We have episodes every Monday. Come and join us and take it from the Iron Woman. Is also the book Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. This is what I'm actually using for Get Fit in 2026. It's about the mental and the physical fitness that you want to achieve as a leader, as a human, as an athlete, as an Olympian. For you, a program for you and your team. So chime in, reach out if you have more questions, and also subscribe to this podcast where you're listening to this podcast today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.